When the final whistle blew at State Farm Stadium, there was a hush so deep you'd think the world itself paused. The Kansas City Chiefs had just suffered a stunning defeat at the hands of the Arizona Cardinals, and in the middle of the field, under the dazzling stadium lights, Travis Kelce, the Chiefs' dynamic tight end, always number 87, became the embodiment of heartbreak and resilience. A normally electrifying presence, Kelce's walk off the field was almost ghost-like. No signature fist pumps, no triumphant yells, just a focused gaze, jaw set, as if he were carrying the weight of the entire season on his shoulders. For fans and observers alike, it was the kind of moment that seared into memory, a silent story told not in words, but in the way a great athlete carries himself in defeat. The atmosphere in State Farm Stadium before kickoff was electric. Chiefs fans in vibrant red filled their section with optimism, while Cardinals supporters roared with hope. The stakes were high, both teams needing a statement win. The Chiefs, perennial title contenders, were expected to assert their dominance, and Kelce was at the center of every pregame conversation. From the opening drive, though, something was off. The Cardinals' defense, widely considered underdogs, played with a sharpness and aggression that caught the Chiefs off guard. Kelce, often the escape valve for Patrick Mahomes and the architect of so many clutch plays, found himself shadowed, double-teamed, and physically tested on every route. Yet, as always, he battled, making crucial catches in tight windows, fighting for every yard, even as the defense closed in around him. There were flashes of the old Chiefs' magic, dazzling throws from Mahomes, shifty runs by the backs, but every time the offense seemed to build momentum, the Cardinals' defense answered. Kelce's routes, usually so crisp and open, became battlegrounds. He'd sprint across the middle, leap for a pass, and come down with defenders draped around him, the ball secure but the game modest. The Cardinals' defensive game plan was clear: don't let Kelce beat you. Every catch he made was immediately met with a bone-jarring hit. Every attempt to break free was stifled by double coverage or a lurking safety. The frustration mounted. On what should have been a game-changing drive in the third quarter, Kelce managed to slip open in the end zone. The ball, perfectly spiraled, seemed destined for his hands, until a Cardinals corner swooped in, tipping it away at the last second. The Chiefs settled for a field goal, and the Cardinals fans erupted. As the game clock ticked down, the Cardinals' lead grew insurmountable. The Chiefs' offense, usually so vibrant, looked out of sync and desperate. When the game ended, the Cardinals' crowd was jubilant. Red confetti swirled in the air, and their players danced across the field. But in the Chiefs section, a heavy silence prevailed. Players exchanged brief handshakes with their opponents, a few offering tired smiles. But Kelce stood apart, his helmet off, sweat streaking down his face. He looked up at the scoreboard, perhaps searching for answers, or maybe just steeling himself for the questions he knew would come. Reporters gathered near the tunnel, waiting for a statement, a quote, anything. But Kelce offered none. He walked past, eyes forward, the pain of the loss etched deeply on his face. For a man known for his exuberance, the dances, the celebrations, the infectious energy, his silence spoke volumes. There was nothing to say. Everything was written in the way he carried himself. On the stat sheet, Kelce's name still stood out. He made several catches, moved the chains, and was a constant threat. But there were no touchdowns, no signature moments that turned the tide. For a player of his caliber, that kind of night stings more than most. Coach Andy Reid, always quick to shield his players from criticism, addressed the media in the postgame conference. He praised Kelce's effort, noting that every defense in the league schemes to stop him, but emphasized that football is bigger than any one player. When one link is blocked, we have to have another solution, Reid said, his words measured but resolute. Today, we didn't do that well. As soon as footage of Kelce's quiet exit hit social media, reactions poured in. Some fans posted messages of support, noting the heartbreak on his face and interpreting it as a sign of his fierce loyalty to the team. Others, more critical, demanded that the team make immediate adjustments, fix the offensive line, or find new ways to get Kelce open. Watching Kelce walk away was heartbreaking. He tried his best, but football is a team sport. One fan wrote on Twitter, capturing the sentiment of many. Across the league, analysts dissected the game. Was this just an off night, or how the Cardinals shown the rest of the NFL a blueprint for neutralizing the Chiefs' most potent weapon. The questions loomed large. For the Chiefs, this was more than just a loss. It was a reminder that even the best teams can be humbled, that stars like Kelce, as unstoppable as they seem, are still human, still subject to the whims of the game. The defeat exposed weaknesses, a lack of alternative playmakers, struggles with in-game adjustments, and a vulnerability to aggressive defensive schemes. For Kelce personally, the night was a test of character. It's easy to celebrate when you're winning, easy to dance in the end zone when everything goes right. But what do you do when you're held in check, when the game slips away, and the world is watching? Kelce's answer was to walk with dignity, to accept the pain, and to prepare for what comes next. What's next for Kelce and the Chiefs? If history is any guide, they'll use this loss as fuel. The greats always do. Kelce, with his relentless work ethic and infectious energy, will undoubtedly spend the week studying tape, working on new routes, and pushing his teammates to be better. The coaching staff, led by Reed, will be under pressure to innovate, to find new ways to get their star tight end open, and to ensure that the offense doesn't become predictable. The rest of the league will be watching, eager to see if the Chiefs can bounce back, or if the Cardinals have started a trend. The beauty of sports, and football in particular, lies in its unpredictability. For every crushing defeat, there is an opportunity for redemption just around the corner. For every moment of heartbreak, there is a chance to write a new story. Travis Kelce's silent exit from State Farm Stadium was more than just a moment of disappointment. It was a testament to his passion, his leadership, and his refusal to accept anything less than greatness. It was a reminder to fans that heroes, even in defeat, inspire us not with their words, but with their actions. As the Chiefs look ahead to their next game, there's a sense that something has shifted. The team has been tested, their weakness is exposed. But with leaders like Kelce, there is every reason to believe that they'll rise to the challenge. The season is long, the story far from finished, and if one thing is certain, it's that Travis Kelce and the team he leads will never walk away quietly for long. Stay tuned. The next chapter is just beginning.
Hey, everybody here has an opportunity today. Every single play is an opportunity. We dominate. From beginning to end, we dominate. Let's go out there and make some plays. Playmakers on 3, 1, 2, 3.